And I'm braking a bit more. There's cars that look like they're about to all come out, so I'm going to have to give way. So I'm going to do brake, clutch first. Now, either the traffic runs out here, or something comes round the roundabout. So there's a silver car coming round, and it's going to cut the traffic. So I can get my feet ready, and I can make it now before that guy comes, like a bit, like as that guy cuts off the traffic, I can get out. Hi there, I'm Angus from AngusDriving.co.uk. In this short video I'm going to have a quick look at some typical examples of roundabouts, and we'll see what we get. Some of these roundabouts are sort of normal, some of them are controlled by traffic lights, some of them spiral, and some of them are marked up differently. So we'll get into it and see how we get on. So I'm on this road approaching the first roundabout. I'm doing 40 miles an hour in this 40. I'm going to continue straight on at this roundabout, following the road ahead, second exit. So I can see the sign up here. It's a wee bit covered by the trees. I can see there's no right turn, so that's going to mean it's marked in the right lane to go ahead. So I'm going to check my interior mirror, and I'm going to start to brake gently. I'm lowering my speed gently down towards 20 for the approach. Now just before it all opens, I can see it looks okay, so I'm going to select second gear, clutch up, and then I'm going to gently accelerate. Because it's marked in the right, I'm going to stay in the right as I approach. Staying with the roundabout as I go through, and then when it's time to exit, as I face this exit, I'm going to do interior mirror, left door mirror, signal left, just checking there's no one beside me as I go to move across. So we'll see it happen all again at this roundabout coming up. So as I approach this roundabout coming up, I'm going to continue straight on, following the road ahead, second exit. Looking at the sign, there's no right turn, so I'm expecting that the roundabout will be laid out that is marked in the right lane to go ahead. So I'm checking my interior mirror and coming off the power. I'm braking down towards 20 as I approach. It all looks good, so I'm going to select second gear, clutch up. I'm staying in the right. I'm going to stay with the roundabout right out to this curb, follow around with the curb of the roundabout, steer around till I face the exit, then mirror, mirror, signal to leave. This next roundabout I'm going to be following for Edinburgh. So if I look at the sign here, I can see that Edinburgh is marked right at the roundabout, and it's the third exit I can take. The first exit is for buses and cyclists only, so that would be not counted. So I'm turning right to third exit. So interior mirror, right door mirror, signal right. Just braking gently. It's going to be clutching into first as these guys get going. Setting my accelerator gently, and then lifting my clutch slowly. The traffic lights to control the roundabout, so they're green at the moment, so I'm going to go into second gear and continue. Right lane, following these wee dots out to the right lane. Now as I go around this roundabout, it spirals. So as I come around here, there's a new line here that comes off the roundabout. I'm just going to check my left door mirror just as I peel across, and I'm going to go around this line, not cutting it. Once I come around here, I'm going to change my right signal to interior mirror, left door mirror, change that signal to a left signal, and I'm going to stay tucked with the curb as I come round. Now this time of day I'm allowed in the bus lane because I'm driving along here at 11 o'clock in the morning, so I'm happy to drive in the bus lane, which the times are on the sign as I come in there. This particular bus lane, 7:30 till 9:30 in the morning, I'm not allowed in it, and then in the evening 4 o'clock till 6:30, so you'll see it on that sign there. This next roundabout I'm going to continue straight on, following the road ahead, second exit. Looking at the layout of the roundabout, there's exits all over the roundabout, so I'd expect the left lane to go ahead. I'm checking my interior mirror, and I'm just going to brake gently, and then it looks like it's all keying up, so brake, clutch first, and then I'm stopping so I can still see road between me and the vehicle in front. Looks like I'm going to be here for a wee while, so I'm going to put my handbrake on, and I'm just going to put it into neutral because I can then relax my feet. I've got a clear view of the traffic lights when I've got this gap, so I'll know when it's going to change. Now, when you get the roundabouts with controlled by traffic lights, it's normally quite frequent, this sort of traffic lights. So in this case, it only lets about 5 or 6 cars through. So I'm anticipating that that's going to be red by the time I get there. So I'll begin to move. So I'm going to gently set my accelerator, gently lift my clutch to the right, just checking my door mirrors to check no cyclists, motorbikes or anything are going to come up the sides of me, and I'm going to start to move forwards. Now, I'm now currently car number 5 in the queue here, so I should get through when it goes green, but I'm anticipating it, depending on how quick the people are off the mark, it might be that I don't manage to get through. So I'm going to be right at the point that these traffic lights potentially change. So yeah, I've got to be anticipating that they might change. I might have to stop. So we'll see what happens. Now I'm going straight on, following the road ahead, second exit. We're in the left lane, and I've just got to stay left as I go through this roundabout. So really just following the outside of the roundabout. So following around with the curb and railings as if I'm going to go down into this first exit and then stay sort of left. So I'm just checking my door mirrors, all looks good. Accelerator, bite, release the handbrake. And it's staying green, staying green, staying green. And it's just changing, so I'm going to stop there. Now, I've stopped at this line. Now looking ahead, this is an interesting point. It's a wee bit faded, but looking out there ahead, there's another line further out, just past the arrow there in front. That would be if the traffic lights were off on this roundabout. So if there was a power cut or they just had them off, that would then be the give way line, just as a standard roundabout. But yeah, it's the sort of thing that could happen on the day of your driving test, that the traffic lights could be out and you would need to know to go up to that line. Normally the traffic lights won't be out and you'll be all okay. Now while I'm sat at the front here, I can actually see the traffic light on the left changing there, so it's about to change. I'm going to get my accelerator on the bike, checking both door mirrors, all looks good. So I'm going to stay with the curb and railings as I come round. I'm staying on the outside of the circle, and then I'm going to move beside the curb on the bridge here, just really staying on the outside of the circle as I go. The traffic lights are usually in sync, so I would expect these ones probably to change as I approach. They're changing now, so I'll start to build my speed, and for the exit I'm going to check interior mirror, left door mirror, signal left. Looking along the road here, the pedestrian crossing is clear, so I'm going to start to pick up the speed. Still 40, you'll see the 40 signs on the lamppost and in the middle there. Now, it should be that every fourth lamppost on this road has a 40 miles an hour sign on it to repeat that speed. If it wasn't 40 and if it was 30, it would just be street lit, but they wouldn't repeat the speed all the way along. So if you're ever driving along the road and you're unsure what speed it is, start looking at the lampposts. If it's just lamppost street lit with nothing else being repeated, it's 30. If it is anything else, if they wanted to make this a 40, a 20, every fourth lamppost would have to have whatever it is else. Straight on second exit. Looking at the sign, exits all over the roundabout, so I expect the left lane to be okay. Trying to control by traffic lights, I'm going to check my interior mirror because they're likely to go to red. I'm just going to come off the power now. I follow the lane, I'm going to brake gently, and it goes into the middle. The traffic lights are changing to red, so I'm going to keep on braking, and then it's just going to be clutched down and into first gear as I roll up. Now, if they had stayed green, I would still sort of slow it down and go into second, just treat it like a roundabout you're happy with, so you're not flying in at 40, so I would still slow down and get second, then just drive through. So that's it, changing, just checking both door mirrors, all looks good. Middle lane to middle lane, just match the lane you're in. First to second on this wee straight. And as I go around here, I'm going to steer until I face my exit. Mirror, mirror, signal. Looking along the road here, looks quite good, so I'm going to officially build up. Now I've got a cyclist there, are they going to join the road? They're going back onto pavement. Now if they joined the road, what I would want to think about there is quickly checking mirrors, and if safe to do so, switching out to the right lane so I could pass the cyclist then come back in. The pedestrian crossing looks good, so that will stay green. Further along we've got a bus lane, which I've already discussed, I'm allowed to drive in at this time of day. Then we've got a thing here that if this started flashing, the fire brigade would be going out on a call and I would just stop. The roundabout, I'm going to go straight on, following the road ahead, second exit. There's exits all over the roundabout, so I'd expect the left lane to go ahead. So as I approach, I'm going to check my interior mirror, I'm going to start to brake. Now I can't really see with this hedge, so I'm slowing it down. I can see now there's a lorry on the inside and it's going off, so I'm happy, so I'm going to go into second gear, clutch up. Now I wasn't sure about that lorry because it was on the inside and it wasn't signalling. So if I come around here, I'm going to the interior mirror, left door mirror, signal left. So I slowed it down enough that if the lorry didn't go off, then I could easily just stop. As I pick up the speed here, I'm just going to look along the road, it looks good, so I'm going to go to third, building it back up to 40 and just cruising along. Now the next roundabout coming up, we're going to turn right at it. So if you were told you were turning right and you're on a two-lane road, the reason you're being told that you're turning right is so you've got time to adjust from this lane out to the right. So we're going to turn right. So I'm going to do mirror, mirror, signal to tell this car beside me that I want out. It's going past, so that's all good. And then I'm just going to have a quick glance around, all looks good, so I'm going to just move myself over and that's me positioned. I'm going to cancel the signal for moving lanes, and then let's say we're going to go right, third exit at this roundabout, so I'm going to do interior mirror, right door mirror, signal right. Now this one, the hedge goes all the way to the end. That's there intentionally, that's to block your view, so it does slow you right down. It's going to be first gear here, so brake, clutch, first, rolling up like a junction, and there's a van coming round, so there's cars coming on from that side. So I'm now looking, the taxi, it could come round, but it might go off, and it is going off. The van behind signal off, so I'm happy to go. But the taxi could come round because it's on the other side, it's come from the other side of the roundabout, but it's on the inside lane, okay? So continuing round, just staying with the roundabout here, and when I get round here for leaving, I'm going to quickly check interior mirror, left door mirror, and signal left. And what I'm checking there is that there's nobody beside me as I go from the inside position to the outside position. Now there shouldn't be anyone beside me if everybody's following the rules, but if somebody does break the rules, then they could well be beside me at that point. Further down, the speed limit reduces from 30 down to 20 now, so I'm going to check my interior mirror, I'm just going to come off the power, I'm going to brake gently. Now I'm predicting that that bus will probably edge it a bit further, so I'm just timing it, and it's through, that's good. You can see I'm waving to say thanks. Just because it's so big, it'll need a bit more room around that car. At this roundabout, I'm just going to go all the way around it and back up, and we'll have a look at a few more things. So turning right, interior mirror, right door mirror, signal right. I'm braking gently, all looks good, and I'm already in second because of the 20 zone, so I'm just going to continue along in second onto the roundabout. With the hatched area here, I'm treating the hatched area like a curb. I'm going to stay beside it, but I'm not going to drive in it, because I don't need to go in it. Now, as I'm going to go all the way around, further around here, I'm going to be leaving to go back up, so I'm going to do interior mirror, left door mirror, signal left, and I'm going to do a different wee combination as I go up here, just to point out a few other things, and of course, if you have any questions, then let me know, and we'll see if we can hopefully sort of make it all very clear for you. So if up here it goes back into a 30, so all looks good in my mirrors, so I'm going to start to build my speed. At the roundabout up here, I'm going to turn left, first exit. So I will be needing to signal as I approach. So as I get closer, I'm going to do interior mirror, left door mirror, signal left. Now it's quite hard to see with the hedge and stuff here, so I'm just coming off the power, the speed's falling, I'm down at 20, and I'm braking a bit more. There's cars that look like they're about to all come out, so I'm going to have to give way, so I'm going to do brake, clutch first. Now, either the traffic runs out here, or something comes round the roundabout. So there's a silver car coming round, and it's going to cut the traffic, so I can get my feet ready, and I can make it now before that guy comes, like as that guy cuts off the traffic, I can get out. So hopefully that makes sense. So when it's really busy, to your right, you're almost not even interested in that traffic on the right. What you're more interested in is there anyone coming around the roundabout that will cut that traffic off, which will create a gap for me. We'll maybe get to see that again. That's a very common way you're going to get onto a roundabout when it's busy. Now, as we come up to this next roundabout, we're going to turn right again, so I'll need the right lane. So mirror, mirror, signal, quick glance to check I'm all good, moving over to right, cancelling the signal. At this roundabout, we're going to turn right, third exit. So as I approach, we can see the sign here going right, third exit, so I'm going to do interior mirror, right door mirror, signal right. And then coming off the power, starting to brake. Again, the hedge runs right to the end here. It's to slow you down, it's there on purpose. So I'm going to go down into first. So I'm going to brake, clutch first, just rolling up slowly. There's a van coming around, another car on the inside, it's coming around. After that, I'm going to get my accelerator going, and this guy's going off and that guy is peeling off, so I'm happy. So I'm off I go, right lane to the right lane. And then I'm going to go first to second on this straight. So I'm rotating all the way around until I face my exit. So continuing round, and then round here I'm going to face my exit. So at this point, interior mirror, left door mirror, signal left. And I'm just checking that it's all clear beside me, and across I go. Now if it wasn't clear beside me, like I'm saying, you're checking that it's clear, but if someone has broken the rules and there is someone beside you, well, of course, you've got to try not to bump into them. So it wouldn't be your fault, they're the one who's broken the rules, but you'll have to react appropriately. So make sure that if there was someone there, that depends what the setup is, if they're like the timing of it. If they're right beside you, if you just came off the power, maybe braked lightly, they'll hopefully go past and you can go in behind them. If you had to go right round the roundabout to do a full loop again to avoid them, that's fine. Or if you had to just briefly stop then go, that's fine. The examiner would fully support you because it's them that are in the wrong, as long as you take safe action. You don't just look at them and steer towards them. Now this roundabout down here, I'm going to intentionally just go all the way around it and come back up. I'm going to have a look at two more things as we go back up and see if it all makes sense. So turning right at this roundabout, so as I approach, interior mirror, right door mirror, signal right. Just braking gently, want to get the car down to about 20 before it all starts to curve. I'm looking at it, there's a car coming around. After that it looks okay, so I'm going to go second gear, clutch up, onto the roundabout, stay with the curb, and then I'm just going to follow around with the roundabout. So I'm staying with the roundabout as I rotate round. As I get further round, we'll rotate round until I'm facing the exit. Then at this point, interior mirror, left door mirror, signal left, and then I'm going to start to build my speed again, and this is all 30. So I can build back up to 30 and then just make sure I don't go over. Now, when we get up to this next roundabout, I'm going to be turning right. Now this is another common mistake that people get wrong on this roundabout. So at this roundabout, or this type of roundabout, I'm going to be turning right, so it'll be mirrors and signal, I'll be in the right lane, I'll be over to the right. I'll go round the roundabout, but when I come to exit, the road I'm exiting into is a two-lane road, okay? Now I will then have the choice, when I do my mirrors and signal, I could select the left or the right lane. Because we drive on the left, it's important that I select the left lane when I come off, unless I have a reason ahead. So if there was like a cyclist ahead in the left lane or something like that, then of course I might select the right lane. But on your average day, I'm going to select the left lane. Okay, let's do it and I'll sort of demonstrate it. So at the roundabout, turning right, third exit, interior mirror, right door mirror, signal right. Positioning over to the right, I'm braking gently, and it looks quite busy here, so I'm going to need first. So it's brake, clutch first. Because it's uphill, I'm going to get a gentle biting point. It looks like I'll be able to get out before the car and bus, because they're sort of waiting, because there's a van coming round, which you'll see cutting that traffic off. So I know that they won't be able to go. First to second. Now I'm staying with the roundabout as I go around. Now as I come round, when I come to exit here, I have the choice of the left or the right lane. So at this point, interior mirror, left door mirror, signal left. There's nobody in this left lane, so I'm just going to move across to the left, and that positions me in the left lane for this road. So the mistake a lot of people make there is they leave in the right lane, and then they're driving along this road in the right lane for no reason. If you did your driving test at a time that the bus lanes were in action, so for example if you did it at 8 o'clock in the morning, then you might intentionally leave in the right lane. So pedestrian crossing is changing. I'm going to check my interior mirror, come off my power, start to brake, just bringing that speed down smoothly, ready with my clutch, and I'm going to go clutch down and just into my first gear position, stopping so I can still see road between me and the vehicle in front. It's all going, so I'm just checking door mirrors, all looks good, set my accelerator, lift my clutch, and away I go. At the roundabout coming up, I'm going to continue straight on, following the road ahead, second exit. So exits all over this roundabout again. I'd expect the left lane that I'm in to be okay to go ahead. So I look at this yellow sign, it tells me the middle lane goes ahead, which I'm going to naturally fall into. So as I approach, I'm going to check my interior mirror, come off the power, start to brake. Now I've got a hedge line again blocking my view. It's going to be first gear, so I'm going to brake, clutch first. Now as I come up here, I'm going to make sure I go all the way up to my line so I can then see. And then there's a van coming round, so I'm just going to get accelerated to the bike, so it's just a wee hill. And then it looks like it could be okay after this car, so I'm going to increase my accelerator and I'm going to lift my clutch. Now I'm happy. Middle lane to middle lane here, is watching everyone as I go. Quite tight going onto that roundabout, and then the lane spirals, it goes out the way, okay? As I come round here for exiting, interior mirror left, door mirror signal left, and then as I look up the road, it all looks good, so I'm going to accelerate up to 40, okay? Sorry for such an abrupt end to the video. I had a bit of a disaster there. One of my cameras fell off the car. Luckily I've managed to get it back, and I was really lucky. It sort of landed on the road and was in the middle of the lane, so I drove up and managed to pull in on a road that was like on the other side of the barriers, drove down and then like ran along, and fortunately it was sitting right in the middle, so the traffic that was going through it was just going underneath the cars. I had to stand there nervously until it was clear, because yeah, I couldn't run out in front of the cars, and hoping that nobody ran over it in front of me while I was there. And yeah, I was really lucky that yeah, no one managed to run over it. I've managed to get the camera back, so I still have the footage too. Obviously you've seen the footage in this video, but yeah, we'll have to end that video there. But yeah, if you have any questions, then absolutely get in touch in the comments and we'll sort things out. But yeah, hopefully there was a lot of valuable information in there, and yeah, hopefully that won't happen again with my camera. See you soon.